swinging away and socks this to deep left field. That is gone! Bryson Harper.
Wortham pulls with the ball. It's a chest high snap. Hewitt's down the middle of the field. He's going to throw the ball right. Has the middle. Intercepted! Intercepted, taking it down the far sideline. He steps out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage. And that's how you cap the game up. Jabril White called game on his third interception of the evening.
Sierra Smith quickly worked around, feeding the hot hand. Jasmine got it! 3 threes for number 23.
He finds Edwards. Edwards needs to get the shot up. Pulls up a deep three. Able to knock it down.
The counter attack. Here comes Carla Ramos forward, looking for Noelle Lemus. She's gotten by the last defender. Valentine comes down. Noelle drills the keeper. Lemus. And that is a DVC victory. The Vikings are champions of California.
We are live here at the DVC Palladium. We've got the Lady Vikings taking on the Merritt College Panthers. For those of you that don't know, Merritt College changed their mascot. They were the Thunderbirds before, but they switched the Panthers to represent the Black Panther Party, historic in Oakland, of course. So we'll start with the Panthers first. They're led by 11th year head coach Armand Gray. He is 0-3 this year, and just some tough losses. Sacramento City College, a 21-point loss, a 16-point loss to Monterey Peninsula College, and then a tough one against Consumnes River. So a bunch of Big 8 opponents for the Panthers, and another one tonight in the DVC Vikings. They are led by their sophomore guard in Lindsay Marujo. She's averaging 12 points per game, 5.3 rebounds per game. And something to note tonight, number 23, Ayana D'Alessio, the freshman guard/forward, the leading rebounder for Merritt College, is unavailable tonight. So we're going to see a lot more of people off the bench, such as Genevieve Seychau, the freshman guard, and other people trying to fill that gap. But they're going to miss a lot of that rebounding. D'Alessio averages nearly 10 rebounds a game, so that'll be a big factor for Merritt College coming in, trying to bounce back and get their first win of the season against the red-hot Vikings. So DVC comes in, third-year head coach Casey Waters alongside Sam Garski. They'll be coming into the Palladium with a 4-1 record, 1-0 at home. That was the one game against the number 15th ranked NorCal team, and the College of the Siskiyous. That was a 75-70 victory. And this team, aside from one hiccup against Chabot in a game that they very much could have won, has been, a different team this year. They have 3 returners from last year. It's De La Cruz, LaPerry, and Parker, so 3 of the better players. And just some of the talent they brought in have made the biggest world of a difference between being an 8-19 team this year and nearly having half that win total without even, really scratching the surface of what this game is. So last time they played, it was against Marin College on Wednesday, so only a 2-day turnaround for the Vikings tonight. They won that game 66-49. And then previous to that, it was their one loss of the season so far to the number 20 ranked Chabot College. That was a 64-55 game. So I'm going to walk you through the last couple of games because unfortunately we don't have the stats of the Marin College game up front right now. So in the game against Chabot College, it was a tough-fought matchup, and DVC was trailing by 3 points at the end of the first quarter. Second half of play, Chabot College came out, and they had a little bit of a stronger second half, and the Vikings were trailing by about 8 points at the halftime break after a terrific third quarter push. 23-12, the Vikings led it into the third quarter, but unfortunately an injury to one of the star guards coming into this year, Tegan Gaines. She was hurt in the third quarter, and she was unable to come back, and the Vikings really just couldn't move the ball very well without that, only scoring 6 points, leading to the 64-55 finish against Chabot College. But since she came back, man, Tegan has been a monster for the Vikings as well. The Vikings were trailing after the first half of play. It was 22-26 coming out of the half. They came out a little slow. Izzy De La Cruz, one of the starters for the Vikings, wasn't able to play in the first quarter. So the Vikings really just struggled a little bit in the third quarter. They were able to pick up their groove again, make some good adjustments. And then in that fourth quarter, man, the Vikings just ran away with it. 27-6 was the differential in that fourth quarter play. And that was honestly the difference that pushed the Vikings over the top and allowed them to get that win. They were trailing by, I believe it was 14 points or so, or 4 points at the halftime break, and then they were able to break it open with that 21-point advantage in the fourth quarter. They held Marin College to 33% from the field, 35% from beyond the arc, only 12 free throws for them, and only 27 rebounds for Marin College. So the Vikings just doing a terrific job. Oh, I'm bearing the lead right now. 27 turnovers forced by the DVC Vikings. Once Izzy came back onto the court, it was just a matter of putting the pressure and pressing the pace, as the Vikings have really shown to be able to do very well this year. I mean, like, it was one of the best games, honestly, played by the front court as well. It wasn't just the guards. Sky Parker forced 4 steals in the fourth quarter, which resulted essentially, Sam Garski was talking to me about the game before it. It was essentially 4 pick sixes. It was just interception, going to the basket, scoring a layup, back to back to back. And I mean, just 27 turnovers forced by this Vikings team was just a huge factor. And so as we get the players coming on the floor, let's get the starters graphic over here. So for Merritt College, we'll get the starters first. Adira Perkins, the freshman guard, will be starting as a guard. Lindsay Marujo, the sophomore guard, will be starting at another guard as well. The third guard on the floor will be number 13, Jaylen Marie Flores, joined alongside the front court Alara Newell, the sophomore forward / center, and Kirsten Garcia, number 21, the sophomore forward and center. The key person to really look out to tonight is number 2, Lindsay Marujo. She's averaging 12 points per game and the second leading rebounder with 5.3 rebounds, coming off of a 15-point performance against Consumnes River College. And on the other side of the ball for the Vikings, Izzy De La Cruz will be getting the start today, the point guard for the Vikings, the 5'4" sophomore from Las Lomas High School. I mean, just a relentless pressure is what you expect. She's coming off that soccer season. She plays soccer as well for the Vikings, so just a 2-sport athlete, an absolute beast for this Vikings program. Number 5, Lexi LePerry will be starting at the 2 guard, the 5'7" sophomore from Alhambra High School, coming off of a finger injury that ended her season last year. She had a little bit of a struggle against Chabot College, but came back strong with 16 points versus Marin College. So excited to see what Lexi LePerry can do, bringing on that scoring ability that she possesses so well onto the court. At another guard, Tegan Gaines, number 23, had 22 points against Chabot College in only 3 quarters of play. And man, I'm excited to see what she can do with the full 4 quarters. At another forward, it'll be number 30, Tamana Sharifi, a very solid player for the Vikings, averaging 6 and 6. So I mean, getting close to that double-double mark every single game. And the Vikings need a lot more rebounding coming their way. So expect to see it from the from the sophomore forward out of Independence High School, the transfer from LMC, and last of all, in the middle, number 32, Sky Parker, the sophomore from Alhambra High School, Martinez's own. She was one of the best rebounders for the Vikings last year, top 10 in the Big 8 in terms of rebounding per game. The second-team All-League player at Alhambra, a former captain of that team, and she's a key player for this Vikings squad today. And that'll send us to the action just about to take place on the court. We've got our new huddle camera set up, and we're getting our stream feed from there. So very happy to be able to finally get that up and going. I've been working very hard trying to get everybody set and situated. We're across the court, so the call you might be getting, as we do a radio-style call, of course, will be opposite direction of what we got in the feed. But we'll take the action here, and we'll call it from our perspective here on the far sideline as Tegan Gaines takes the middle of the floor, and she will be jumping off against, I wasn't able to get a number on the person there, and it looks like Genevieve Seychelles, one of the freshman player. No, it's actually 20, so Alara Newell tipping it up. So the ball's tipped up and the Vikings get it. They'll be working right to left from my perspective. They're wearing the gray jerseys with the green trim, green numerals, and Izzy De La Cruz lofts it over the head of Alexis LePerry, and the Vikings will turn the ball over to start the game. 4 quarters here in this women's basketball segment, our first women's basketball game of the day, so pardon me if I say half by accident, but we're getting our gears going in this early going into the season. And we're very excited to bring you some of the action here as an inbounds pass will be brought out, and the Vikings will spring on a full court press. Vikings get the steal with Izzy De La Cruz, a feed inside, left-handed shot, and the layup is good, getting the first points for the Vikings. And guess who? Tegan Gaines gets the first basket. Adriana Perkins, another steal. Sky Parker going straight to the hoop, right-handed shot, and a travel. 2 steals sprung right away by the Vikings team as they are relentless with the pressure, but unfortunately got a little too far ahead of themselves on that play, and that'll send us to a first timeout of the game. A timeout on the Vikings, 2 turnovers on. And we'll send it to timeout right now. 2-0 is the lead for the Vikings here at the 9:33-minute mark. So first timeout out of the pocket. It's not changed on the scoreboard, but I believe that should be a Merritt College timeout there, as they're really talking about how to break the full court pressure of the Vikings. Vikings forcing 2 steals in this early going, and this is a team that turns the ball over quite a bit. Out of 88 teams in the 3C2A, they're averaging 24.7 turnovers a game, and that's 80th in that category. So to inbound it is Marujo from the left side of the baseline. Merritt College in their blue jerseys with the yellow trim and the black numerals, make it a little bit difficult to see over our cameras tonight. Left-handed dribble as she's able to cross midcourt. It's Marujo passing over to Perkins. Perkins slashing down the lane, a drop-off low block left, and the first points for the Panthers come by the way of number 13. That's Marie Flores. Lexi LaPerry driving the baseline, spins around. She finds Sharifi. Sharifi gets into the paint, left-handed hook shot, too strong. Rebound brought in by Marie Flores. Springing down the floor is Marujo now. She lobs inside of the paint, and that's a foul against the Vikings. Laren Newell able to get inside the post, and the Vikings just looking a tad bit slow in this get-go since the timeout.
Foul whistled against number 3, Grace Oakley.
Grace Oakley will pick up her first foul of the game. I believe that is actually Sharifi, not Oakley. 30, not 3. It's a little bit hard to see. First free throw rattles in. First points for Alara Newell. She's averaging 3 points per game, 5 rebounds. She's going to be a big factor in rebounding and leading the team in blocks as well, with 6 throughout 3 games, so averaging 2 blocks per game. It's a 3-2 lead for Merritt College here, under 1 minute of play elapsed in this first quarter of play. Izzy De La Cruz will call this set as she crosses the midcourt stripe and start this set. Drives straight down the lane, has the ball poked away, and a foul called against Marie Flores. That's the first team foul against Merritt College. 1 on Merritt, 2 on the Vikings. And they will call this one in the act of shooting, so it will send Izzy De La Cruz to the free throw line, only averaging 63% from the line for the stats that we've gotten this early going so far.
Shooting twice.
I didn't really see how that was an opportunity to go to the free throw line as the first free throw is missed, but I mean, if you're the Vikings, you'll take it. Free opportunity to get points at the line and see if you can go ahead and tie this game up at 3. De La Cruz had 16 points in the game against Merritt College, or Marin, pardon me, and then 16 points against Chabot as the second free throw is up and in. First point of the night for Izzy De La Cruz, averaging 11.5 points per game, and now the Vikings will send the full court pressure once more. Perkins has the ball poked away. LaPerry with the steal. LaPerry from the left wing, the crossover. Plenty of space to shoot it. Instead, she feeds over to Sky Parker from the block. Sharifi, top of the key. Bounce pass over to De La Cruz. De La Cruz down the lane. No contact called, and the ball will go out of bounds. Izzy was looking for that contact as she looks like she got her ankles kicked up underneath her. But unfortunately for the Vikings, they'll be listed as a turnover. Adira Perkins checking out. Genevieve Seychow coming into the game for the first time for Merritt College. Seychow will get it off the inbounds for Marujo. And the Vikings putting that pressure on once more. 4 seconds to cross the timeline. Stops in the midcourt, or in the backcourt, I should say. And Marujo has the ball knocked away. And this should be a 10-second violation. So the 10-second violation will be another turnover forced on for the Vikings, and the Vikings catch the Merritt College Panthers off guard, and a wide open cherry pick basket to Sky Parker. Assist goes to Izzy De La Cruz, who was inbounding it. Pressure comes once more. Marie Flores loses the ball on the ground. Tegan's there to pick it up. Passes over to De La Cruz, and a spin around jumper from underneath the basket. It'll be LaPerry missing the point blank basket. Seychow running down the floor. Behind the back, she picks up the dribble after the one hand hit off her rear end. It's Marujo from the right wing. She'll be calling this set as the Vikings lead by 2, 5-3. 12 feet from across the basket, and a foul will be called on the floor. De La Cruz picks up her first. So I misspoke earlier because the scoreboard was 1. There's 2 fouls on the Vikings now to the 1 of Merritt College, and it's a 5-3 game still at the 7:41-minute mark. Marujo, the main inbounder for this team, set to trigger from the right side of the baseline. Throws it to the top of the key. It's Marie Flores. A feed over the right elbow to Newell, and Newell a travel. Too much cha-cha, as our friend John Brown likes to say. And for the Panthers, they'll get another substitution. It's Perkins coming back into the game, replacing Marie Flores. Short rotation on both sides of the bench. The Vikings have 3 players on the bench, 2 players on the bench for the Panthers tonight. De La Cruz pointing out. And she'll pass it to LaPerry. Shovels back over to De La Cruz. De La Cruz right-handed dribble. Passes to Tegan. And Tegan, just another swift move to the basket. Tegan gains 4 points, leading scorer of the game, and this early going 7-3. Continual pressure from the Vikings, but Newell able to break it. Seychao bounce passes up front, and Christine Garcia with her first points of the game, only averaging 3 points per game, and it's 7-5. LaPerry, Sky Parker back to De La Cruz. De La Cruz to Tegan. Low block right, has her shot block is Sharifi. Sharifi goes back, tries to get her own rebound, but instead a defensive rebound by Marujo. Marujo rocking the bun tonight with the undercut underneath. She's wearing some fly silver Nike kicks as well. Perkins from the right elbow. She'll drive to the baseline, gets past LaPerry, throws up the floater, no good. LaPerry with the rebound. LaPerry ahead to De La Cruz. De La Cruz to Sky Parker, low block right. And a block underneath by Newell, but too much contact with the body as she sends Sky Parker to the free throw line. Parker 10 for 17 on the year, and that's something you got to factor in. Newell just so good at getting into that spot, getting those blocks, and now Garcia will go to the bench. In comes Rebecca Hamilton, the freshman forward, for the first time, as we await the first free throw from Sky Parker. First free throw, up and in. Sky Parker has 3 points now. And she'll line up for the second. Second free throw, the form looked perfect. 4 points now for Sky Parker, 2 for 2 from the free throw line. We saw this with Sky Parker last year, just a little bit of a struggle from the free throw line as she was working back from an injury. And now the ball's tipped ahead and stolen ahead by LaPerry. LaPerry got the ball stolen away from Newell, and LaPerry will drop it off, low block left once more. And I can see why Tegan Gaines is able to score so many points. If the Vikings are getting steals like this and just pushing it ahead, Tegan's getting these wide open buckets. Seychao has the ball poked away, Gaines able to steal it. And the ball's trapped onto the ground, and let's see if they call a foul or a jump ball. It will be a jump ball. Possession arrow will favor the Panthers. So Merritt College will keep the ball. The possession arrow will flip, and now Marujo from the far side of the baseline will inbound it. Substitution for the first time tonight for the Vikings, and it's going to be Skylar Henrich checking in for Tamana Sharifi. Henrich is the freshman center. And another steal and another easy basket for Tegan Gaines. 8 points for Gaines, and the Vikings' pressure has become relentless throughout 4 minutes of play so far. Seychao trying to answer for the Panthers. Dribbling into the lane, a bounce pass to low block left, and a very nice feed to the post for Rebecca Hamilton as she gets her first points of the night. Hamilton only averaging 1 point per night, not much of a scorer, but the Vikings were out of position there, allowing for a wide open bucket. It's been a lot of easy points scored on both sides tonight for both teams. Henrich, left-handed shot, and that was a difficult shot as the big woman took it down inside the lane and left it short. 5:12 remaining here in this 13-7 game. A 15-foot jumper goes way too strong. Good box out by Henrich. Henrich will run the set down the floor. Passes over to the post. Another hook shot crossing the lane. And Tegan Gaines just like that. 5 minutes of play, and she's already got 10 points. Marujo to Perkins. Perkins trying to cross the timeline, able to do so. Has a lane to the basket. A drop up underneath to Newell. Vikings able to steal that ball away. Another good attempt there by Sky Parker to break that one. And inside of the lane, Tegan Gaines turns it over. Marujo, transition jumper, 18 feet out from the basket from the left wing, misses this shot. Ball's last touched by Merritt College, and the Vikings will inbound it from the left side of the baseline. Don't have very many substitutions, but they're using them in this early going, trying to keep some fresh bodies on the ground, or on the floor. And so Garcia alongside Marie Flores will come back onto the floor. We'll get you a reset as Sky Parker takes the bench as well. So for the Vikings, it'll be Lindsay checking in for the first time with Henrich, Gaines, and the two guards will be De La Cruz and LaPerry. We'll get you to the other side in just a moment as Henrich runs inside of the paint. A left-handed shot from underneath the basket. A little too strong, but a very good opportunity for the basket. And Marujo will cross over and play woman-to-woman defense now against DVC. Ball's poked away. Vikings set up in a 2-3 zone. Got the steal. LePerry was there to steal it. And now Lindsay trying to drop it off over LePerry. Turns the ball over. The ball was ricocheted out of bounds. And DVC should keep that ball. So for the Merritt College Panthers, it'll be Hamilton join alongside Garcia Perkins. And Marie Flores is out there as well. And I believe I got everybody on the floor. Tegan Gaines over to a 15-foot jumper for De La Cruz, and De La Cruz misses the shot. Vikings get a steal. Cross-court pass over to De La Cruz. A straightaway three, and it's a deep one. Tegan misses the three. Rebound goes over to Garcia, and Garcia has had some very good minutes in this early going for this Panthers team. 15-7 the score here in the first quarter. 3:51 remaining on the clock. And it's a third foul on the Vikings as they got a little too physical on that rebound attempt. Full court pressure once more. Able to break it ahead to Marie Flores. Marie Flores throwing it off the feet of a Vikings player. And the ball will stay with Merritt College. Marujo from the left side of the baseline triggers in. Underhand shovel, that goes to the corner to Marie Flores. And now Perkins pass it to the corner once more. Marujo doesn't take the 3-point shot. Instead, a jump hook pass inside and a smoke layup by Hamilton. Gaines over to De La Cruz with 3 minutes and 30 seconds remaining on the clock. Vikings averaging 15 points per game in this first quarter. And they're at that mark already. A nice move inside. Man, what a attempt in another basket for Tegan Gaines. Took it from the free throw line. 3 big steps inside and gets the layup to go 17-7. Vikings bust open a 10-point lead. 3:09 remaining and a stoppage of play. I believe the shot clock did not reset. That's something that you absolutely need to have, especially with the Vikings putting so much pressure onto the floor. So it looks like the officials will get that score clock, or get that shot clock set, and Merritt College will have 4 seconds to inbound it, but they will have the opportunity to inbound it from the far sideline now, right on the hash mark.
Merritt possession. 3:08 remaining.
Merritt has the ball. They'll line up in a single foul line, trying to give an opportunity to get a woman open, and Perkins is able to get that ball open. Gets the contact underneath the basket, hand straight up from Tegan Gaines, but it looks like she might have been in the restricted area. So it'll be a foul on a missed shot, and Adira Perkins going to the free throw line.
23, Tegan Gaines. Returning is number 20, Alaren Newell.
Tegan's got 12 of the Vikings' 17 points, but the foul there sends Perkins to the free throw line. Perkins, a 47% free throw shooter. First one goes wide left. Perkins 0 for 1, still yet to score. She's the second leading scorer on this Panthers team, averaging 8 points per game alongside 4.3 rebounds, 2 assists. Second free throw missed as well, so not a bad foul if you're going to foul a 47% free throw shooter. And the Vikings bringing it back down the floor with De La Cruz. De La Cruz to LePerry. LePerry has to save that ball, but she steps out of bounds. And it'll be a turnover on LePerry, but it will really be a turnover on De La Cruz. She led that ball a little too far ahead of LePerry, so hit in between the stats in that situation. Still a 10-point lead for the Vikings here as they get the ball poked away once more. Almost a steal, but Newell's able to get it off the ricochet. Full court pressure once more. Marujo trying to bring it across the timeline. Has to stop. And a 10-second violation once more. Man, this Vikings team is absolutely relentless. Grace Oakley comes in for the first time. It's the freshman out of Bishop O'Dowd. And the Vikings inbounding it from the near sideline. Inbounds from De La Cruz to Oakley. And De La Cruz will point. Right wing goes to Oakley. Oakley will work. No screen there in front of her. No need for it by Lindsay. And now Gaines to De La Cruz for three. Side of the iron miss. Ball still kept alive. Last touch off the Vikings. Lindsay was trying to track that ball down as Perkins was in the area as well. And she'll step out of bounds. That's one thing you want to see with De La Cruz. She's shooting 30% on the year. Didn't have much success from beyond the arc, but terrific getting to the paint last year. It's a kick ball on the cross-court pass. And now a sideline inbounds, or pardon me, a baseline inbounds will be Marujo once again. 2:17 remaining in this first quarter of play. Working left to right are the Panthers, and they'll inbound it over to Newell. Newell, short left wing jumper, and from about 17 feet out, she leaves it short. So it's still 17-7 at the 2:13-minute mark here. And we'll get a substitution once more. Henrich getting a breather on the bench as Sharifi, the starter, comes back in. De La Cruz, Tegan Gaines, Grace Oakley alongside Sharifi, and Lindsay. Those are the five on the floor for the Vikings. Oakley over to Lindsay. Lindsay to Gaines. Gaines brings it across the top of the key once more. Turnaround. An opportunity for a wide open three, and Sharifi nails the triple. She's got the SpongeBob kicks on her feet, and she's got to be feeling fresh after that three-pointer. 20-7, 1:41 remaining. Three-point attempt from the left wing goes the way of Perkins. Perkins misses it. Rebound over to Tegan Gaines. A shell of a full-court press for a moment for the Panthers, and they'll drop back into their defense. Slashing through the defense, trying to fight and cutting Sharifi, and Sharifi turns the ball over. Perkins down the floor. Vikings trying to set up their zone once more. 3-2 zone setup for the Vikings. They'll swing to the left wing. Marie Flores feeds over to Garcia. Garcia from the post doesn't take the shot. Instead, a rotation back around to the top of the key. Marujo has it with 10 seconds left in the shot clock. A little over a minute left to play in the first quarter. Perkins ping-pongs inside over to Newell. The turnaround jumper, and Newell's got 3 points now. Her average of the game as she has as the Merritt College Panthers have 9 points now, 20-9. 46 seconds remaining. Right wing, three-point shot. Lindsay misses it. Rebound over to Marujo. Marujo pressured by De La Cruz, and the Vikings will set up their zone once more. Perkins from the right wing feeds inside one more time over to Newell. Newell, a tough contested shot, gets her own offensive board in the putback. Vikings haven't been able to get that rebounding game very much so going, only averaging 23 rebounds per game from what we've got in the stats, and a travel on the other side as they turn the ball over. So the double-digit lead will be cut down to 9, and with 14.6 seconds remaining here in the first quarter, the inbounds pass will go over to Perkins. Perkins with the high line drive pass. It goes over to Marie Flores. It's a 2-on-1, and a missed shot goes over to Garcia, an offensive rebound, and Marie Flores able to get the cookies to go. Vikings won't take another shot here, and so a score of 20-13 will be what we've got after 10 minutes of play. It's a 7-point lead from the Vikings, but a 4-0 run by the Panthers here. Back on the other side of the break here on DVC Vikings Live. Back here on the floor for the second quarter of action, 10 minutes on the clock, and the Vikings will be sending out De La Cruz running the point. LaPerry's in there with Tegan Gaines, Sharifi, and Sky Parker coming back On the other side, the 5 on the floor would be Newell, joining Garcia, Marie Flores, Perkins, and Marujo. Starters on the floor for both sides right now. Right-handed dribble, swinging over to LaPerry, and LaPerry between the legs with her handles. Three-point shot taken from the right wing, curls out, tracing the ball down. Newell tips it straight to De La Cruz. And now De La Cruz from the left wing will feed inside of the paint. A nice move, getting her woman off the block. Sky Parker, though, blocked at the shot, or blocked at the summit there. And man, Alara Newell just doing a terrific job protecting the paint and protecting the post tonight for the Panthers. 7-point lead now for the Vikings. They spring the full court pressure once more, able to break it with Marujo now as the Panthers. Marujo almost loses the handle, takes 3 steps, but no foul call on the play. I guess they'll call one of those a gather, and now the run continues for the Panthers there as Marujo gets her first points of the game. Trying to answer is De La Cruz quickly, and De La Cruz has 3 points now after the floater in the lane. 22-15. Loose handle by Perkins, has it poked away. Steal will be given to Tegan Gaines. LaPerry driving the baseline, and she'll be fouled on the shot attempt. Foul will go against Perkins. It's the first foul in the quarter as we get a reset of fouls here in the quarter system. Not so much like we're used to in this broadcast situation here in this early going this season with the half system, so the fouls do reset.
At the strike will be Lexi LaPerry.
LaPerry to the free throw line. One of the best free throw shooters for the Vikings, 92% on the year. So sending LaPerry to the line is going to be something that the Panthers cannot afford to do very often. First free throw, nothing but net. LaPerry's got her first point of the night. LaPerry, one of the best scorers on the team for the Vikings last year. Obviously a very different situation now that you have a few different players surrounding you. But LaPerry, we know she can get hot at any given moment as she's able to knock down both of the free throws and staying true to her over 90% free throw shooting percentage. Vikings putting the pressure on once more. Perkins has it trapped inside the corner. Passes over to Marujo. Marujo trying to cross the midcourt line. And a double dribble. Another turnover force for the Vikings. We don't have stats aside from points up to this point as I'm tracking alongside, but I mean, that's got to be the 8th or 9th turnover that the Vikings defense has forced so far with this 9-point game. 24-15 the score here. 8:47 minute mark of the second. LaPerry has it from the left wing. A handoff over to Sharifi. And now Gaines. Back over to De La Cruz. Straight away, Gaines will take the 3. Rims out, fighting for the rebound. Sharifi with the strong rebound. Gaines, left step inside, gets the basket, but a travel. Moved the feet, took too many steps, didn't give her the gather that time, so a bucket on one end and a turnover on the other side. Or a bucket in that similar situation, a turnover on the side of the Vikings now. Marie Flores, deflected ball off of the arm of Sharifi, and Sharifi with the steal. De La Cruz feeds into the post, and Gaines just continuing to gain more points left and right. She's got 14 points. Tegan, I mean, just savage. Newell gets it from the left wing. Vikings defense wasn't able to get there in time. Garcia got the shot off, but she misses the shot from point-blank range. De La Cruz running all the way down the floor from the left wing. She'll cross-court pass it over to LaPerry. LaPerry from the right wing. No good. Side of the iron miss. Fighting for the rebound is Sky Parker, and Parker will pick up her first. One foul apiece on both sides. Parker, you like the activity, just fighting so hard trying to get to every single ball, but a little too much physicality on the play. Marujo and Garcia will check out. In comes Hamilton and Seychow. Seychow to inbound it from the left corner. Inbounds it to Newell. And Newell to Perkins. Perkins is trapped here, 5 seconds left. Stops her dribble, needs to get the ball off. The ball's on the ground, and it's intercepted by Sky Parker. Sky Parker driving down the right side of the lane. Sky Parker goes up. An offensive foul. Frustration, you can see as she swings her arms, walking back on the defensive side. It'll be the second foul on Parker now. An offensive foul. Just a very good job by the defender for the Panthers being able to set her feet and draw the foul. Marie Flores to inbound it now. Right side of the baseline, she triggers over to Perkins. Perkins to Newell, and Newell will bring it across the court. Vikings setting up their defense. It'll be a 2-3 zone this time around. Perkins from the left wing. She's got 17 seconds to work with here. Lobs it over the left elbow to Newell. Newell almost had the ball stolen away. Seychow was able to pick it back up. Right wing, Seychow down the lane. Seychow throws it off glass. No good. Rebound brought in by Gaines. Good opportunities, but just missing baskets for the Panthers. And now frustration you can see by De La Cruz as she whips the ball way too high. LaPerry unable to bring it in. LaPerry standing at 5'7". That ball was thrown about 5'11". And after the turnover, Merritt College will have the ball, inbounding from the right side corner. Marie Flores throws the ball away. De La Cruz with the steal. De La Cruz the assist over to Tegan Gaines, and Gaines with 16 points. 28-15 her score here at the 6:48-minute mark, and another turnover on the Panthers. They've got to be in double digits here as Marujo comes to the scorer's table, and she'll check back into the game. There's 6 players on the court. We'll see who checks out, and it looks like it'll be Perkins who comes out. So the Vikings, after forcing another turnover, will inbound it over to De La Cruz. LaPerry has 2 women on the defensive assignment for just a moment, and LaPerry able to get a wide open shot down the lane. The floater's no good from about 12 feet out, and now it's a push ahead over to Marie Flores for the Panthers. Marie Flores bounce passes over to Marujo, and Marujo sidesteps into a deep 2-point shot. And you can see why she's averaging 12 points per game. She's got 4 points there and a very pretty 19-foot jumper. Makes it 28-17. LaPerry spun around alongside the baseline, back over to De La Cruz. Threads it through 2 different defenders over to Sky Parker. Sky Parker blocked once more. The ball goes out of bounds. And Newell just continuing to get on top of that total number of blocks on the year. That's got to be 9 now. Came into the game with 6, and I believe she's got 3 already. Sharifi checking out. In comes back Skylar Hendricks. Sky Parker gets the feed back inside the post, and she will be fouled. Hamilton will pick up her first, and will send Sky Parker to the free throw line, trying to get her 3rd and 4th points from the line. She's got 4 points, 1 basket, 2 free throws, and another opportunity to earn it from the stripe. First free throw, catapults and curls out. 2 for 3 now. Parker, second team All-Big League at Alhambra. Sister played for Colorado University. She played volleyball and also plays for Pepperdine, a very athletic family. And her uncle Mike played for DVC years ago as well. So 3 for 4 from the line tonight for Sky Parker. She's got 5 points, leading scorer of the game. With 16 is Tegan Gaines. And almost a turnover here as Genevieve Seychow does turn over from her knees. Able to get the steal from her knees though. And Seychow a travel as she gets back up. You just gotta laugh about that one. Seychow did a terrific job just playing defense from her knees, but as she got up, just shifted the knees a little too much. Vikings will inbound it to LaPerry over to De La Cruz, pointing to her head coach as she crosses the midcourt stripe with 26 seconds remaining. LaPerry able to handle the errant ball. Tape still in those fingers that she hurt last year. Tegan Gaines has it from the long right wing. A feed inside of the post, a turnaround jumper, no good. Sky Parker wasn't able to get to go. Newell with the rebound. Marie Flores bring it up the floor. Vikings just settling. No additional pressure on that play. 2-3 zone right now. Newell over to Seychow. Seychow throws it a little high, but Marie Flores able to jump to get the ball. Marujo calling the set with 7 seconds remaining. Marujo runs, throws it inside of the post, and a nice assist getting Hamilton the basket from low block left. A very nice assist, cuts it back down to 10. 29-19, Vikings leading the Panthers. Sky Parker trying to get her offense going again, misses the shot, instead an offensive rebound by Henrich. And the ball saved by Tegan Gaines, saved it from going to the backcourt. LaPerry, a wide open lane to the basket, and with 5 seconds remaining on the shot clock, Vikings get the floater. LaPerry has 4 points now, and it's 31-19. Shot clock need to be reset again. It was at 23 when it needs to be at 30. And we'll see where they end up resetting this ball. I believe it will be from the near sideline. Sharifi back into the game. Going to the bench once more is Skylar Henrich. A few nice offensive rebounds in this early going. 5 on the floor for the Panthers now will be Marujo, Marie Flores with Hamilton, Newell, and Garcia. Inbounds pass goes from Marie Flores over to Marujo, and Marujo will be pressured. 4 seconds left. Throws it ahead over to Marie Flores. Marie Flores steps into a short right wing jumper, misses the 15-footer. Vikings get the rebound with Sharifi. And now De La Cruz to bring it across the line. De La Cruz to LaPerry. LaPerry working the offense here. Gets a screen from Sky Parker. Drops it back over to Parker and now gains from the left wing. No three-point shot taken. LaPerry between the circles with 7 seconds left on the shot clock. LaPerry knows the situation. Top of the key jumper. Wide right. Rebound goes over to Garcia, and Garcia will be fouled. We'll see who the foul was on in just a moment. Third foul on the Vikings. Sharifi will pick up her second. And the inbounds pass over to Marujo as Marujo swings it forward to Perkins. Perkins against Sky Parker, falls to the ground. And they'll go against Sky Parker. Sky might have to take a seat in just a moment. With 4 minutes remaining here in the second quarter play, she's already got 3 fouls. They've all been effort fouls, though. Parker coming off one of her best games last time around against Marin College, or College of Marin, I should say. And a time will be taken by the Vikings. So at the 3:51-minute mark of this second quarter of play, the score is 31-19. Vikings have the lead here at home against the Panthers of Merritt College. Back on the other side of the break here on DVC Vikings Live. Back here on the floor at the 3:51-minute mark of the second quarter of play, 31-19 our score here as the Vikings lead by 12 over the Panthers of Merritt College. A little bit of a shift in the lineup here as Sky Parker will take a seat. In comes Skylar Henrich, the 5'10 freshman from Clayton Valley Charter, Concord Zone. Marie Flores for the Panthers has the ball. And from the right wing, Marujo will try to work the offense. A swing pass inside of the post. It's Newell missing this shot. And a one-handed rebound attempt by Henrich will be tipped out of bounds off of a Merritt College player. So the score will stay the same. 12-point lead for the Vikings here. 3:40 remaining. And De La Cruz walking with LaPerry down the floor, working right to left. De La Cruz, the main point guard in this offense for the Vikings. Underhand shovel back over to De La Cruz from LaPerry. LaPerry runs, finds a woman wide open from the left, low block left, as Sharifi misses the shot, gets her own rebound, and then smokes it twice. And it will be an additional insult to injury as Sharifi will pick up her third foul, and with that, 5 fouls will send Merritt College to the free throw line. Merritt College, not a good free throw shooting team in terms of percentage, only averaging 38%, but they will send Marie Flores, who has shot 4 for 11 on the year. Wide right, just too strong for Jayla Marie Flores, and she's 0 for 1 on the day. Second foul, catapults left, 0 for 2. So they may be in the bonus, but doesn't look like they'll be able to work with much of it. De La Cruz spins around from the left wing over to LaPerry. LaPerry steps back behind the line. LaPerry nearly trips, passes it to De La Cruz beforehand. A 2-3 zone for Merritt College. Gaines firing away from triple. No good. Offensive rebound goes to Sharifi. Sharifi with the turnaround. And a couple missed attempts by Sharifi there. You love the activity, getting the offensive rebounds underneath the basket. From the left corner, Marujo misses the three-point shot, and another missed attempt by Garcia underneath the basket. The sophomore forward has had so many opportunities from just right in front of the basket, but just hasn't been able to get it going, as De La Cruz gets it going with the foul stripe jumper. Izzy with the jumper has 5 points now. 33-19. Merritt College having opportunities, but not being able to capitalize on them. Perkins facing the 3-2 zone. Throws it over the left wing. Newell settles for the jumper. No good. Rebound brought in by Gaines. Gaines lobs ahead. De La Cruz wide open. De La Cruz with enough of a step. It looked like she was in cruise control. Had to slam on the brakes as she nearly had her momentum push her past the basket. But De La Cruz able to get a cherry pick basket. Nice goggles by Tegan Gaines. Trying to answer with the three is Marujo, and Marujo fires the triple. Splash. Only a 14% three-point shooter. Vikings trying to answer with the triple of their own. Rims out. Marujo with the rebound after the three-point attempt from Henrich. Only her 7th attempt of the year from beyond the arc. 1:33 remaining. Crossover dribble. Marujo ends up passing it back over to Marie Flores. And now Perkins from the top of the key has it. Perkins, right-handed shot from down the lane, misses it. And now Henrich with the rebound. Gets over inside the paint before kicking it back out to Sharifi. LaPerry open for the three-point shot. LaPerry no good. Offensive rebound by Sharifi. That's her 3rd in the quarter, if I'm not mistaken. And Henrich misses the shot. 4th O board by Sharifi. And Sharifi finally able to fill the cup. 37-21, under 1 minute to play here in the second quarter of play as the Vikings open up a 16-point lead here in the second period. 50 seconds. Pass over to the corner to Marie Flores. Marie Flores trying to find Garcia underneath the post. And a double dribble by the sophomore forward will be another turnover. That's got to be the 14th or 15th turnover that the Vikings have forced. They have been spectacular. Substitutions for the Vikings now. Sharifi will get a breather for the last couple seconds of the second quarter of play. Lindsay back into the game for the Vikings. About a 14-second shot clock, game clock difference, and a right elbow jumper by LaPerry. A little too strong. Rebound brought in by Marujo. Marujo nearly stumbles, losing the handle. It's only about a 1 second game clock shot clock difference, I should say. A turnover here as they try to thread it over to Garcia, and Tegan Gaines gets the ball. Shot clock should be turned off here. 13 seconds remaining. Vikings could take the last shot if they wanted. LaPerry dribbles around. Henrich with the mid-range jumper, and those are her first points of the game. Clock will reach the 0 marks with the score of 39-21. An 18-point lead for the Vikings here at the halftime break. And the Vikings have done a very good job on defense in this early going. We'll get you some of the scores from across. So for the Panthers, the leading scorer is Marujo. She's got 7 points, 2 baskets in the paint and a three-pointer for her. Hamilton has 4 points on the left side. Marie Flores has 4 points, 5 points for Newell, and the last 2 points for Merritt College go the way of Garcia. She's got 2. On the other side, De La Cruz has 7 points. LaPerry's got 4. Henrich just has 2 on the last basket that we just saw. Sharifi has 5. Parker has 5, but 3 fouls as well. Sharifi has 3 fouls. And more than anybody, Tegan Gaines, she has had a masterful first half of play. 16 points for the freshman from Northgate. Walnut Creek's own Tegan Gaines has been a monster and a powerhouse for the Vikings this year, and that'll send us to the halftime break. 14 minutes on this halftime break, and we'll take it alongside with them here on DVC Vikings Live. Back on the other side with more action on the other side of halftime here at the DVC Palladium. All right, back here, the halftime buzzer has rang, and we've got 10 minutes on the clock here in this third quarter of action. Vikings leading by 18 points here at the halftime break against the Merritt College Panthers, looking to get their first win of the year. Merritt College just way too many turnovers, and as we were talking to Sam Garski, the assistant coach for the Vikings before this game, or before this halftime break, came to a conclusion. I mean, if you've ever seen Showtime on HBO and you've seen the portrayal of Jerry West, how he's never happy, that is Sam Garski. Doesn't matter how well the team is, how well the team is doing. He'll always find the way to find a damper on the situation. A very happy-go-lucky guy in general, but it's always funny seeing that aspect of him. Just wants perfection from his team. And too many turnovers from the Vikings. De La Cruz had a few that went over the head of LaPerry, just a few feeds inside the post on some errant passes, and that leads us to the situation here. In the words of Garski, they should be up by 70, obviously. An exaggeration of sorts, but the Vikings did leave a lot of opportunities. But on the other side, the Panthers did leave a lot of opportunities underneath the basket as well. About 4 or 5 off the top of my head, missed opportunities in point-blank situations for them. So both sides unable to capitalize on everything that they want, and we've got the action set back on the floor. Working right to left is Merritt College. Starter still on the floor for them. We'll get you the names in just a moment. Garcia pulls up from mid-range, misses the shot, a good box out. Underneath the basket, the rebound goes over to Sky Parker and a reach and foul against Newell. That'll be her first in the first of the quarter on Merritt College. So the 5 on the floor for the Vikings as they're working left to right. It'll be De La Cruz with LaPerry. Tegan Gaines, the leading scorer of the game with 16 points. She's in there as well. And Parker and Sharifi, the last players on the floor for the Vikings. On the other side, it's going to be Perkins, Marujo, Marie, Newell, and Garcia, the starters on the floor for Merritt College. De La Cruz from the left wing will have it to start the set. She swings it over to Sharifi. Sharifi driving down the lane, right-handed floater, gets the contact and a trip to the line. Tamana Sharifi, we shortchanged her in the first half. We said she had 5, but she actually had 7, and she'll have an opportunity to try to get 2 more free throws and up her point total here from the line. Transfer from LMC. First free throw, up and in. 8 points for Sharifi, as she is now the second leading scorer on the team for the Vikings. Came into the game 5 for 7 from the line. Able to make her first 2 free throws on those attempts. Sharifi, 2 for 2 from the line. She's got 9 points. Right on the border of double digits now as the Vikings spring their full court pressure. Pass goes over to Newell. Newell needs to get past the line with 5 seconds left. Sharifi able to knock the ball out of bounds after a pass attempt from Newell. And an inbounds opportunity from just to the side of midcourt now for Perkins. Perkins throws into the backcourt to Marie Flores, and she'll run the set from the D of the DVC Vikings logo. A pass almost poked away. Perkins able to get it off the ricochet. And now Newell underneath the basket will flip it up and in. 7 points for Lauren Newell. LaPerry from the left wing slashes over to Parker. A straightaway 3 now for Sharifi. Sharifi rattles in. Sharifi's got 12. And now 4 seconds on the shot clock. Needing to get it past the line. Runs out of bounds as Perkins. So with only 1 second left, Perkins will have to throw it into the front court. Oh no, a team foul on the Vikings instead. And it looks like De La Cruz will pick up her second. So instead, an opportunity with 30 seconds left on the shot clock for Perkins inbounding from the hash mark in the backcourt here. And an out-of-bounds pass, I believe. I'm not sure what that call was on, but I know it was a turnover. John Brown started saying it was out of bounds. So I'll catch it right off his call. Running down the baseline, looking for contact was De La Cruz, but a little too strong. She just looked like she threw up a wild shot trying to get contact. Trapped inside of the post, finds Garcia. Garcia from 19 feet out, gets the bounce to drop. Left it short, but the forgiving rim flips it up and in. 44-25, 16-foot straightaway jumper. A little wide right for Sky Parker. And now Marujo feeding ahead over to Marie Flores. Marie Flores trapped underneath the basket. The strength of Sky Parker. Marie Flores went for that ball, and Sky Parker almost looked like a head and arm throw.
Merritt, team foul number 3.
Merritt will be called with the foul. That's their second on Jayla Marie Flores. And the Vikings getting the foul from about 92 feet from the other side of the basket will bring it up the floor with De La Cruz. Sharifi just inside of the top of the key, leaves it a little too short. And the rebound goes the way of Marie Flores as she sprints down the near side of the floor. Marie Flores from the paint. And in disbelief of the play, De La Cruz will pick up her third foul. Falling to the ground, De La Cruz had her arms around here. De La Cruz, I think, believes it was a trip, but instead, it'll be an opportunity to, they're setting up to go to the line. I didn't think it was a shooting foul initially, and I don't think the officials will say so either. So De La Cruz and Sharifi will go to the bench. Both of them have 3 fouls apiece, and it will not be a shooting foul. So an inbounds opportunity for Marujo from the left side of the baseline now. Oakley and Henrich come into the game for the Vikings. They'll be joined alongside LaPerry, Parker, and Tegan Gaines. Deep 2-point shot, no good. It was left short. Gaines gets the rebound. Loft ahead, and it's stolen away by Perkins. Just a little too strong of the pass attempt. Now trying to catch the Vikings in transition. Garcia gets her shot block, gets the ball right back. And Garcia able to capitalize on opportunities here in the second half of play. Left quite a few balls a little too short as LaPerry crosses the timeline here. Underhand shovel to the left wing. It's Tegan Gaines from 3, no good. Rebound brought in by Newell. And Gaines just hasn't been able to find her range from deep. 0 for 3 from beyond the arc in this early going. Playing some good post defense as the ball's knocked out of bounds with 20 seconds left on the shot clock. Oakley will retrieve the ball, but it will be an inbounds for the Panthers here from the left side of the baseline. 44-27, 7:10 remaining here. And the Vikings will get a substitution before the play resumes. So Oakley comes out, and LaPerry comes out. In comes Lindsay and De La Cruz. Eyeing down the floor, needs to get the ball. Into the corner, it's Marie Flores from 3. Too strong, rebound brought in by Henrich. Henrich, lob ahead over to Gaines. Gaines running down the left wing. Gaines sidesteps the defender. And Tegan had a moment where she was taking a break from scoring, I should say. But she is still the leading scorer of the game with 18 points. 1 second left to get past the midcourt stripe. And another 10-second violation. That's the third the Vikings defense has forced. So much pressure, and Merritt College has had opportunities to get past it, but turning the ball over way too much in the backcourt. And it looks like, I think there was a mistake on the shot clock as 3 seconds get added back in, and they'll inbound it there. So no turnover. Instead, the possession stays with the Panthers, and Marie Flores between the circles with man-to-man defense, or woman-to-woman defense, I should say, as Lindsay's on top of her. De La Cruz guarding Marujo. And now Garcia has it, swings to the right wing to Perkins. Perkins has the ball knocked off of the leg, and it's a kick ball against Tegan Gaines. The ball will stay with Merritt College here. 20 seconds left on the shot clock. Marujo from the corner. 7 points for the leading scorer for Merritt College. And a lob that's a little too far ahead of Newell will be stolen away. Sky Parker trying to go coast to coast. Parker from low block right. Got washed behind the basket and had her shot blocked by the backboard. Opportunity that the Vikings would love to capitalize on, but instead sprinting down the floor. Going up with the underhanded shot. Perkins too strong. Rebound brought in by Hendrich. Hendrich to De La Cruz. De La Cruz underhand shovel. And Gaines doesn't want to take the 3. Instead, a shot from low block left. And Sky Parker's got 7 now off the beautiful feed from Tegan Gaines. De La Cruz chewing bubblegum, blowing bubbles here. As the turnover, no, it will be a knocked off ball off the leg of Gaines once more. As the Panthers will have 27 seconds left. Going back through it, though, De La Cruz, sometimes you see a mouthpiece hanging out of these players' mouths, but De La Cruz just chewing gum. It looks like she's just having an evening jog here. De La Cruz playing soccer for the Vikings as well. A very well-conditioned athlete. We've seen her play 40 minutes multiple times last year. And it doesn't even look like she's tired. Shot clock resets to 30 here. Vikings with the 21-point lead in the third quarter, and a turnover here. Gaines gets it from De La Cruz. Now Henrich for three. Splash. Henrich knocks down the triple, making it 51-27. A 24-point lead for the Vikes. Marie Flores knocked out of bounds. The Vikings cut off her path. She tried to go straight through it. And the foul will go against Henrich. Second on Henrich and the third on the Vikings. Henrich, after scoring the triple a moment ago, will be replaced by Sharifi as the Vikings get a substitution here. Perkins gets the ball off the outstretched hands of Gaines, and she will dribble from the edge of the DVC Vikings midcourt logo. Marujo eyes down the floor. Over to Newell. Newell to the left wing, it's Marie Flores. Marie Flores pestered heavily by Lindsay. Has a lane down the side of the baseline, and she will be fouled going to the basket. DVC, their fourth foul here at the 5:21-minute mark. And it will send Jayla Marie Flores to the free throw line for her third and fourth attempts. The foul will go against Lindsay, that's her first. So one away from the bonus for the Panthers. And let's see what Marie Flores is able to do. 4 for 11 coming into the game, 4 for 13 now. And still unable to really get the right calibrations from the free throw line for the freshman guard. Quickly heaves up the second free throw. 0 for 4 now. 0 for 2 on those last couple of attempts. And it's still a 24-point lead for the Vikes. Left elbow. It's over to Sharifi. And now Lindsay driving to the cup. Draws the contact, and Lindsay goes to the free throw line. Janiyah Lindsay, the freshman out of Langston Hughes Academy in Stockton, California. 2 shot attempts from the free throw line and 4 fouls against Merritt College. First time getting to see Lindsay from the line now. She bunny hops it in for her first free throw. Awaiting the second. Same form and same results. 2 for 2 for the line as Lindsay has 2 points now. Another kickball in the inbounds attempt. If I didn't know any better, I would say Tegan had played some soccer as well. We've seen her kick about 5 different balls tonight. Marujo, trapped for a moment, able to find an outlet to Perkins. Now Seichow, who checks into the game for the first time this half, will turn it over. Seichow. A little too much cha-cha. And Gaines will methodically move it down the floor. Tegan in the multicolored sneakers, passes to Sharifi. A 2-woman game between the two of them now. Left elbow for Sharifi. Sharifi pestered. Ball's tipped away, and Seichow gets the ball back on a steal. Seichow gets into the paint. And over the outstretched arms of Tegan Gaines, Seichow will get her first points of the game. 53-29 off the turnover. Sharifi, top of the key, bounces into the post. It's Sky Parker on the turnaround, and Parker's got 9. Skylar Parker having a nice game, backing up her best game of the season, as Coach Garski said, after that last win over College of Marin. And now Seichow driving the baseline, and a nice shot off the glass. Seichow with some quick offense for the Panthers. As Sharifi runs down the floor and is fouled alongside the right wing. That'll be the 5th against Merritt College, so it will send Sharifi to the free throw line. And it looks like De La Cruz is shaken up just a moment there as she's left behind into the backcourt of the Vikings. Megan, one of the beloved trainers here for the Vikings, stands alongside the Merritt College coaches for just a moment. And she might get some assistance in just a moment. First free throw is up and good for Sharifi, and she's now 3 for 3, 13 points over her, catching up to Tegan Gaines. Second free throw, perfect as well. Sharifi's got 4 points, 4 for 4 from the line with 14 points, and she'll get a breather now. It looks like De La Cruz will stay into the game. So it's De La Cruz alongside Oakley, Gaines, Henrich, and Sky Parker for the Vikings. And Marie Flores able to cross the midcourt stripe. Newell doesn't take the free throw line jumper. Instead, it's Marujo taking a deep 2-point shot. Offensive rebound by Marie Flores. As the ball ricocheted as she tried to pass it back over to Marujo, and the Vikings will force another turnover here. 26-point lead for the Vikings. And De La Cruz, still chewing that bubble gum, will swing it up the floor. Henrich trying to get the ball off the errant pass, and that's a third turnover of the day that De La Cruz would love to have back. Tanaya Lindsay to the scorer's table. She will replace Skylar Hendrich. And instead, Sky Parker comes out. Henrich in alongside Lindsay, De La Cruz, Gaines, and Oakley. Feed into the post, gets past her defender, and Marie Flores with 6 points now after the turnaround. Oakley travels. Nice pressure by Perkins on the ball. Forced the freshman guard from Bishop O'Dowd to move her feet, and another turnover on the Vikings. Back-to-back turnovers on the Vikings. And Perkins will run the set from the far sideline. Marujo from the left elbow, dribbling between the zone defense of the Vikings. And Newell got a feed inside, misses the shot. But another foul on the Vikings, that'll be the 5th, so Merritt College in the bonus now, sending Newell to the free throw line. She'd be shooting 2 regardless because of the fact that it was a shooting foul. And it looks like De La Cruz will finally get a breather here as she continues to work, maybe, I believe it might be her left eye. First free throw, filling the cup for Newell. She's got 8 points now, and De La Cruz will stay in. LaPerry going to the scorer's table for the Vikings. Second free throw, nothing but net. 2 good-looking attempts from the line for Alara Newell. 9 points, and she's the leading scorer for the Panthers. De La Cruz will get a break now as Lexi LaPerry comes in. 2-point guards on the floor for the Vikings will be LaPerry alongside Oakley. Full court press by the Panthers. Henrich trying to cross the midcourt stripe, has the ball poked away. Seichow got the steal, and let's see who the foul's on. I believe this foul will go against the Vikings. So a foul will go against Henrich. That is her 3rd, and we'll get some substitutions. Henrich will check out alongside Oakley. Sharifi and Sky Parker back into the game for the Vikings. And he'll send Seichow to the free throw line for her first attempt. Seichow, just like that, has 5 points. A very productive third quarter in this uphill battle for the Panthers. Seichow leaves it short on the second attempt. Sky Parker with the rebound. A lob ahead over to LaPerry. LaPerry loses the handle for just a moment. LaPerry needs a pass off, able to do so to Lindsay. Lindsay loses the handle inside the paint. Lindsay throws it ahead to LaPerry. Head coach Armand Gray wants to travel, but he won't get it. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. LaPerry to handle, and a spill on the floor, and it looks like a foul against the Panthers.
Merritt foul, number 1, Adara Perkins.
Perkins picks up her second foul, and he'll send LaPerry to the free throw line. She's already 2 for 2 on the night. LaPerry hasn't had many opportunities to shoot the basketball in this early going, but she's really opened up some spacing for the Vikings. Vikings looking to build onto their 21-point lead here. And the first free throw does so for LaPerry as she's 3 for 3 from the line now with 5 points. Only averaging 8 points a game. Typically 8 points is pretty good, but for a score in the caliber of LaPerry, that's why I have the only in front of it. Misses the second. LaPerry 3 for 4 now. Marujo to Marie Flores. Marie Flores with the dribble and the handles. The pass over to Marujo as she has the ball poked away. A steal by Tegan Gaines. Gaines running down the near sideline. And Gaines from the right wing will pass over to Sharifi. Sharifi backs her way into the post. Sharifi, right-handed dribble. Mid-range jumper from the right wing, no good. Rebound brought in by Newell. Good looking attempt. Couldn't get the basket to go. Jump pass. And it looks like it'll be an offensive foul. Perkins fell to the ground as she hopped into the vicinity of Sharifi. And it looks like she might be shaken up after the play.
Number 1, Adara Perkins.
Perkins will be called with the offensive foul. It'll be her third. And a substitution for the Panthers now. So for the Panthers, it'll be Newell Garcia, joined alongside Marujo, Marie Flores, and Seychao. Seychao playing for D'Alessio, who is not with the team tonight. Sharifi to LaPerry. Multiple handoffs as Gaines has it now. Right wing pass to Lindsay. Now Parker will sprint down the baseline. Shot attempt from the other side of the basket, but the presence of Newell changed the shot. And a travel. Cannot believe it. Marujo just squeezing between her eyes as she is taking the frustration out on herself. 22-point lead for the Vikings. They'll inbound it to Parker. Gaines, wide open shot, gets the basket and one. Tegan Gaines has 20, and she'll look to build up upon it as she gets the trip to the line.
Carrying foul, 21. Kirsten Garcia.
Kirsten Garcia will pick up her first foul,
Toss ahead for Tegan Gaines.
and Tegan Gaines to the line. An 80% free throw shooter for Gaines. And Gaines now has 21. Gaines with 21, Vikings with 61. 61 to 36, 122 remaining. Seychao trapped into the backcourt. Seychao stops her dribble, needs to get the pass off the ricochet. Sharifi gets the steal. Wide open basket from low block right will be put in by Lindsay. Lindsay's got 4. Pressure on defense leads to offense for the Vikes. Marie Flores, a feed over to Garcia. Garcia turns the ball over. LaPerry was there to get the steal. Tegan Gaines will stop for just a moment. 23 seconds left on the shot clock. Behind the back dribble for Gaines. Gaines bounce pass into the post. And Sky Parker has got 11 points now. Ball movement has looked great in this latter part of the third quarter for the Vikings. And about a 10-second shot clock, game clock difference here for the Panthers. No 2-for-1 opportunity. Down big here. Vikings trying to get the stop and possibly bust this open to 30. Newell throws the ball away, but it was last touched by a Vikings defender. So with 10 seconds left on the shot clock, a trigger from the baseline for the Panthers. Marujo will handle the duties of inbounding here. Scans the floor, turns the ball over. Sky Parker lobs ahead. LaPerry goes straight to the hoop. LaPerry stops for a moment and gets the kiss off the glass for the basket. Marie Flores did a good job getting back on defense, forcing LaPerry to double clutch it, but LaPerry doesn't matter. Still gets the basket. Marujo sees the shot clock, gets the ball off in time, but leaves it short. So the Vikings will bust open a 31-point lead going into the fourth quarter of play. Vikings doing a terrific job here throughout 30 minutes of play. And he'll send us to the break here, back on the other side of the break on DVC Vikings Live. Back here on the floor, 10 minutes to play here. Fourth quarter action as the Vikings bust open a 31-point lead. And number one for the Vikings, De La Cruz, will be the one inbound it. Happy to see her back on the floor as she was wincing in a little bit of pain last time we saw her. So the 5 on the floor for the Vikings will be De La Cruz, LaPerry, alongside Henrich, Gaines, and Lindsay. De La Cruz checking back in, getting straight into the scoring gear as she has 9 points now after the 15-footer. Marie Flores crosses the midcourt stripe with 27 seconds left in the shot clock. Marujo from the right wing. She'll drive straight to the baseline. A scoop shot and a terrific finish by the sophomore guard. 9 points for her. 31 is still the lead for the Vikings as LaPerry breaks the pressure of Marie Flores. Teagan, 40 feet out. You know, she likes to take deep three-point shots, but won't dare to fire that one away. Left wing for LaPerry, slashing, stops from the baseline, and way too strong on the attempt there. Seychao up the floor. Right-handed dribble by Seychao, attacking the right side of the baseline once more, but she's turned away on defense this time around. Newell over to Marie Flores, and now Marujo from the left wing will handle. Looking for a screen from Newell, gets it. Enough opportunity to get some space for a three, but instead a block by Gaines. Pushing ahead is is De La Cruz, and now LaPerry has it from the left wing. LaPerry attacks the floater, short, but the foul. LaPerry will get an opportunity to shoot 2 more attempts from the line. She's 3 for 4 from the line tonight. And the Vikings continuing to build on top of this big lead. Perkins will come back into the game. We saw her a little shaken up on the last time we saw her. Marujo taking a break on the bench. Honestly, this Vikings team has just looked terrific on defense tonight. So many forced turnovers. If they can stop turning the ball over a few too many times themselves, then this team definitely has the potential to go a long way. First free throw good for LaPerry. She's got 8 points now, 1 more attempt in the line. But just the style of play and the way that they're playing so far tonight, it's reminding me of some of those good old days when Vikings women's basketball was at the top. Back in 2019, before the whole entire, 2020 I should say, before the whole entire pandemic situation. The Vikings were on their way to the 3C2A championship when that whole entire situation happened. Perkins turns around, free throw line jumper, rebounded in by Teagan Gaines, a feet ahead over to Lindsay. Lindsay, the crossover, Lindsay gets the contact. Nice handles for the freshman guard from Langston Hughes Academy. But yeah, the last time this Vikings team was really in the contention was back in 2020. Lots happened since then. Obviously, the whole entire pandemic shut everybody down. The world changed up a little bit in this Vikings program, trying to turn an old leaf, I should say, under third-year head coach Casey Waters. But yeah, this Vikings program, so much history behind them, so much excellence. And the first free throw of this set for Tanaya Lindsay is no good. She's 2 for 3 now. But yeah, this is a very rich program in history. The 2019 3C2A champions. Second free throw is good. Splitting the pair for Lindsay. 3 for 4 now. And just looking to try to get back into the winning circle in one of the toughest conferences of all of 3C2A basketball. Foul near the top of the key here, and it looks like it will go against the Vikings. First team foul against the Vikings, and it'll be the 4th against Skylar Henrich. It will not be a shooting foul, so it will be a sideline inbounds by Marujo. Over to Marie Flores. Tattoo on the right thigh as she yo-yo dribbles with the right hand. Swings it ahead to Marujo. Marujo able to get the ball after it was tipped for a moment. And Marujo, nifty handles, trying to get past the defender in Teagan Gaines, and Gaines will foul Marujo, sending her to the line. Marujo's got 9 points. She's tied with Newell for the leading scorer for the Panthers. Averages 12 points per game for this Panthers program.
2 shots.
Last foul against Gaines will be the second on the Vikings. And the second on Tegan Gaines. First free throw for Marujo is good. Now into double digits, the first player for the Panthers in double digits scoring. Oakley to the scorer's table, ready to check in after this free throw attempt. Second one swirls in. Marujo with a couple good-looking shots from the stripe. Give her 11 points. And now Gaines will get a breather. The timeout will be taken by Merritt College after the two made free throw attempts, and will send us to a timeout as well. 72-40 our score here. Vikings up 32 points with about 8 minutes to play here in this fourth quarter of play here on DVC Vikings Live. Five on the floor for the Vikes will be De La Cruz. Oakley inbounding it with LaPerry, Henrich, and the last woman on the floor is Lindsay. Breaking the pressure. Misses the shot from the low block right. Rebound goes to Garcia. Lindsay with a good-looking attempt, but not able to put it in the cup. Marujo a lob. It's to Newell. Newell with the turnaround. 12 feet out from the paint. Newell's got 11 points. She's tying Marujo now, so it's been the Newell and Marujo show. Oakley from the left wing. Tries to feed inside the post. Able to thread it to Henrich. Henrich. Double dribble. It looked like on the inbounds pass, Henrich wasn't sure the ball would get there as it was a very narrow window to swing it into, and then wasn't able to really reclaim herself underneath the basket after it. Vikings not setting a full court pressure here. With 7:10 remaining, we've seen so many turnovers due to that full court pressure tonight. Marujo, left side of the lane, draws the contact once more, so Marujo's gonna try to cut into the Vikings lead here from the line. Sharifi with 3 fouls will come back into the game for the Vikings. She's got 14 points. She will replace Skylar Henrich, who has 4 fouls, 5 points for her. Marujo to shoot 2, that's the third team foul on the Vikings as well. First free throw springs out. Marujo stays at 11. Coming into the game, Marujo's responsible for about 30% of the scoring of Merritt's offense this year, corresponding with 28% of their shots. And we've seen a very similar picture tonight as she misses both of the free throws on that attempt down the floor. She's got 11 of the 42, so you can do the math and see that the numbers pretty much align. Lexi LaPerry to Sharifi, a 2-woman game, and a nice attempt cutting across the basket. And LaPerry getting the scoring from the free throw line for the Vikings as well. And that's kind of how it's turning into the situation. The Vikings put a lot of pressure on, forced a lot of tired bodies by the way of Merritt College. And tired bodies, you know what they do? They foul. Left it short as LaPerry may be showing a little bit of fatigue there. And the last foul went against Jayla Marie Flores. Second free throw for LaPerry gives her 10 points. She's now 6 for 8 from the stripe. A lot of opportunities and keeping up with their high free throw percentage. Came into the game shooting 93%. Marujo with the crossover. Will step back. Thought she was going to take a 3, but instead she'll continue to dribble as she has the ball poked away for a moment. Seychao was there to pick it up. Seychao leaves it short once more. Free ball. And the Vikings able to get to the spot with Lindsay. Perry with 23 seconds left. Clapping for the ball is De La Cruz. De La Cruz feeds in the left elbow. Sharifi will fire away. 15-foot jumper from the left elbow. No good. Rebound brought in by Marujo. Lob ahead. One step and a missed basket for Newell. And the Vikings push ahead with Oakley. Oakley will be spun around alongside the baseline. Oakley from 12 feet out gets her first points of the game. Grace Oakley Nice looking attempt on the play. Makes it 75 to 42, 5:39 remaining. Lindsay Marujo. Another feed inside to Newell, and Newell with the turnaround jumper from the baseline. 13 points. She's now the leading scorer for Merritt College. De La Cruz sprinting down the middle of the floor. It's over to Oakley, and Oakley's three is too strong. Offensive rebound brought in by LaPerry, and LaPerry a no-look pass to a deep two-point shot. Lindsay unable to get it to go. 2 missed attempts after an offensive rebound from LaPerry. And now Marujo looking to answer. 12 feet out, Marujo's got 13.
Penetration and shot from 2. Lindsay Marujo.
And in this fourth quarter of play, Merritt College has cut the lead down to 29. The game is pretty much out of reach already at this point, but it's good to see the Panthers continue to fight hard and play this one all the way to the final buzzer here. So a timeout on the floor, and we'll take it alongside with them here. 75-46 is our score here with just under 5 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter of play on DVC Vikings Live. .59 remaining in this fourth quarter. Vikings with a dominant lead of 29 points over the Panthers of Merritt College. And the 5 on the floor they'll send out will be Henrich alongside Lindsay, Oakley, De La Cruz, and coming back into the game, Tegan Gaines. Gaines hurt her back in the third quarter after already scoring 22 points against Chabot. And it's good to see her spry and looking like herself. Gaines the leading scorer of the game with 21 points. As the Vikings push ahead, Oakley able to break the press of the Panthers. Henrich dribbles from the top of the key. Henrich just throws a shot up. It looked like she wanted the contact on the play as Tegan Gaines wasn't able to get the rebound. Instead, a push ahead by Marujo down the far sideline. Marujo will settle for the jumper, the mid-range jumper. Air balls go to the offense, and Genevieve Seychau has 7 points. Seychau only played 1 game this year against Sac City where she went 1 for 3 with 2 points, but Seychau has been a definite impact player for Merritt College. Right elbow on a wild attempt there. Lindsay tried to work the screen inside of the paint, but got caught up just a little faster than she wanted to and heaved up a shot that went wide left. Garcia was wincing for just a moment there as maybe she got a knee to her thigh or something of the sort, so Newell will come back into the game to replace her. So it'll be Marujo alongside Flores. Newell, Garcia will take a seat, Hamilton will replace her, and Seychau is the last woman on the floor. Right wing, Seychau gets the kiss off the glass, and Seychau has 10 now. Just like that, she's the 3rd leading scorer of the game for Merritt College. De La Cruz flips it to Oakley to the left wing. Oakley, hands off, corner, 3, good! Skylar Henrich knocks down 2 3-point shots. She's doubled her made total on the year, came in with 2 made. She's got 4 leaving this one, and we've still got 3 minutes and 30 seconds to play. Outside shooting for the Vikings has been very good. 7th in the 3C2A in that category in the stats that we've got on hand so far. Marujo trying to answer with a mid-range jumper. Instead, a rebound by Gaines, and Gaines running down the floor. Gaines sprinting down the middle of the floor. Gaines coast to coast, left-handed shot, leaves it short. Hear a little squeal from her as she couldn't believe she missed the shot. And now Marie Flores trying to paint the picture on the other side. And Marie Flores will earn a trip to the line. 4th foul on the Vikings. It'll be a shooting foul, 2 attempts from the line for Marie Flores. De La Cruz picks up her 4th. And let's see what Marie Flores has to offer from the line. 0 for 4. Good attempts getting to the line, but unable to knock one down from the charity stripe so far. De La Cruz gets a seat. In comes LaPerry.
2 shots ahead for 13, Jayla Marie.
Marie Flores was 4 for 11 coming in this game, and she cannot
Izzy De La Cruz.
find the side of a barn at this rate. She's got 6 points on the night, but she's 0 for 5 from the line. 4 for 16, 4 for 17 on the year now. Ball's tipped out of bounds, and it looks like it'll stay with the Vikings here with just under 3 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. .27 is the total advantage for the Vikings, and it will actually stay with the Panthers as Seychau a little too strong on the attempt from 15 feet out, but instead Marie Flores with the offensive board will bring it back out between the circles. Left-handed dribble, a pass to the right wing. Marujo steps into a short right wing jumper, 18 feet out, no good. Another offensive rebound, this time it's Hamilton. Hamilton throws the ball away. Lindsay with the steal. Lindsay trying to go coast to coast, and no good. Good opportunity, but just got pushed a little too far ahead and too strong off the glass. 78-51 still the score here at 2:20 remaining. Marujo from the right wing. Over to Seychau, firing from 3. Rebound brought in by Gaines. I don't have a number on rebounds so far, so we'll have to wait until the official stats come out. But Gaines might be in double-double territory as she's fouled hard, hits the ground. Good sportsmanship by Marujo, picking up number 23 on the other side, Gaines. But Gaines with the attempt will go to the line. At the 1:49-minute mark, Vikings looking to try to build up the lead once more. And got to this one with a Curry 30 of a lead of sorts. Number 30 checking in for the Vikings, replacing Henrich. And Sharifi's had a good night herself, as Gaines has 22 now. Scored 22 against Chabot, has 22 up to this point, and let's see if she can make it 23 with the second attempt. 23 points for Tegan Gaines, averages 10 points per game, but a couple monster nights the last few games. 80-51 our score here, a 29-point lead for the Vikes at the 1:43-minute mark. Jayla Marie Flores facing the zone defense of the Vikings, and it looks like they'll actually be in a man-to-man or a woman-to-woman in this situation. We've seen a 2-3, we've seen a 3-3, we've seen a man-to-man or woman-to-woman, and we see Marujo dribble off her foot just a moment ago. Marujo able to pick up her dribble, loses the handle underneath the basket, throws it over to Hamilton. Hamilton had the ball knock off of her dome piece, and the Vikings able to get the ball off the ricochet off the head. Sharifi trying to play some strong post offense, but instead she's turned away after a missed attempt. Vikings get the offensive board though, and now another attempt from 3 for Oakley. This time it's a little short, and it'll be a foul against the Vikings. That'll be their 5th, so it'll be a shooting foul, sending Merritt College to the line. We have a running clock here, and I think they'll reset it back to 56 seconds. Gaines picks up the foul. She's got 3. And now she's talking to the officials, trying to say, hey, what did I do? Sky Parker has sat a lot of this fourth quarter of play. We'll check in for Gaines.
Hamilton has 2 free throws.
And 2 free throw attempts here by Rebecca Hamilton. She's got 4 points on the night and misses the first. Hamilton to the stripe for the second. Long sleeve on the left leg, shorts on the right side. And she splits the pair just like her leggings there. One long, one short. The long one goes in. 28-point lead for the Vikings here. 80-52. Panthers fighting all the way through the final buzzer. Trying to trap LaPerry, but Marie Flores will pick up her 4th foul, and with that, it'll be the 5th, sending De La Cruz to the free throw line once more. De La Cruz going for 9th and 10th free throw attempts of the game. First free throw rattles in, and LaPerry has 11 points now. I think I said De La Cruz earlier. Mistaken on that play. Both free throws are good for Lexi LaPerry. 8 for 10 from the line, and the Vikings will have that 30-point advantage. They're looking to close it out here. 40 seconds remaining. One more opportunity on offense for Merritt College. And let's see what they decide to run. Shifting the ball over to left wing is Marujo. Newell has the ball from the free throw line. Seychow doesn't take the three. Instead, it's Marie Flores. Marie Flores rattles out, right wing miss. Ball will dribble out of bounds. And once the Vikings cross midcourt, and that should be all that was written here. Perry to inbound it, and I think Armand Gray is just letting them say, hey, let them cross midcourt and call it a day. So LaPerry will dribble. 10 seconds left in this game, and the Vikings will get the victory over the Panthers, 82-52. The applause from the crowd here was an early tip-off, a 5:30 tip-off, and the game will come to a conclusion at 7:15 Pacific time. Let's give you some stats across the board. Marujo leading scorer alongside Newell for the Panthers. 13 points for her, 13 points for Newell. Marie Flores had 6 points alongside 5 from Hamilton and 6 from Kirsten Garcia. On the other side, De La Cruz finishes the night with 9 points. Oakley had 2 points. Lexi LaPerry, a lot of her work done from the free throw line. 10 free throw attempts, finishes the night with 12 points. Lindsay has 5 points. Skylar Hendricks with 8 points. Sharifi, the second leading scorer for the Vikings, with 14 points. Sky Parker ends up in double digits as well with 11. And the leading scorer is Tegan Gaines, 23 points for Tegan. She has been a monster tonight, so we'll take a quick break in the action and see if maybe we can get Tegan on the air on DVC Vikings Live. So I don't know if you can see us on the camera. We've got the AI cameras running over here tonight, but I've got Tegan Gaines joining us alongside Izzy De La Cruz. So the point guard and the other guard coming, Izzy playing a little bit of assist. We had to get Tegan on the microphone tonight. Tegan, you had a terrific night. 23 points in your comeback game here at home. You scored 22 against Chabot. I know you had a good game against Merritt. How do you keep doing this?
I don't know. I just play basketball and just try to get my teammates involved.
But how, come in here, give me a little bit of X's and O's. It seems like every single night you're having a monster performance. I keep hearing it from Coach Garski, just talking about how good you are, but seeing it in person, I mean, you're running ahead, you're getting blocks, you're getting O-boards, you're pushing. I mean, is it just your drive, or is it the coaching? Give me a little bit of insight.
I don't know. I think it's a little bit just energy from the bench, the coaches, and the teammates all supporting us, and I just do it for the team.
There you go. I love it. Not a me person, a we person. Izzy, you're right over here as well. Bring that mic up. So, Izzy, I know you got a little frustrated at times here. You finished the night with 9 points. You got a few different assists. What do you got to do to really just slow this game down so you can reduce some of those turnovers that Coach Sam over here was really in my ear about, saying, hey, she needs to be better?
Yeah, I think I was just getting a little too eager. This was a game going in that we wanted to work on a lot of the stuff that we weren't doing well in previous games, and I think I was just a little too jittery. I think I drank one too many Red Bulls, so I think I was just too excited to play, and I was forcing a lot of things, but...
And talk to me about this. I've seen a mouthpiece hanging out the mouth, but you were blowing bubbles on the left wing before you had the ball. What is that all about?
It's just, it wasn't working in the first half, but normally I chew gum just to calm myself down. I need a little fidget, and it happened to be gum. So if I'm blowing bubbles, because I'm probably anxious. I'm ready. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, and so after this victory, you guys advanced to 5-1. You only won 8 games last year. How does it feel to really just have such a nice start to the season and bring some of these new freshman players in the process?
Oh, it's super, super exciting. I mean, I know for a fact when we saw all the girls come in first practice, we were going to play well and win a lot of games, and I know we were 10 times better the team we were last season, so I'm happy. I'm excited to win a lot more games going forward.
Yeah, and you guys are back here in about 4 days against Lassen College. I think the new rankings should come out before then, and there might be a number on the other side of that name coming forward. How does that make you feel?
Did? How does it make you feel?
I don't know. I don't really care about the rankings. I mean,
she's so humble.
Absolutely.
I care about the rankings.
Yeah. How does that make you feel?
It feels great. I mean, like you said, being 8 and 20-something last season, and now being, I think, top 25 in the state is amazing turnaround for this program. So more than excited about it.
I mean, a historic program. You guys are continuing to carry on the torch going forward. So terrific night for both of you, and we'll see you guys in about 4 days taking on Lassen College, and we'll have the tip-off here on DVC Vikings Live. So thank you so much for joining us here tonight. We've had a great game. Vikings end up winning 82-52, a 30-point lead, and Coach Garski is standing in front of us. He's like Jerry West, never happy. It doesn't matter that they're winning. So happy-go-lucky, but he's always nitpicking and poking away. I got to have him analyze my calls going forward. Maybe he'll give me some good insight. So until then, thank you guys so much for joining us, and our next broadcast will be in a couple of days here on DVC Vikings Live. And as always, horns up.